Los Angeles, 1995. It has taken 3 years for Warner Brothers to regroup, rethink, and reimagine Batman. Reeling from the outrage at Tim Burton's dark and singular previous outing, this time they aim squarely at the family market. Once again, the cast is an impressive ensemble, with Val Kilmer replacing Michael Keaton in the lead role, Oscar winner Tommy Lee Jones as Two-Face, and Hollywood's top comic actor Jim Carrey as the Riddler, alongside Nicole Kidman and Chris O'Donnell as Robin. Behind the camera, ex-costume designer Joel Schumacher aimed to bring a very different vision to the series. Yet the resultant film, Batman Forever, although a commercial success, would prove a creative dead end.
Once Tim Burton steps back, what you're left with is, do we build on what Tim has done? Do we go in a new direction? And then there's still the influence and power and the memory of the Batman television show. So those are the three major directions you can go with the franchise. What no one considered was doing what the comic books were doing, because Hollywood's attitude toward comic books was, okay, what's wrong with this thing? How can we fix it and make it a movie? Every time they pick up a comic book, their first thought is, what are we going to get rid of? With all these different forces at work, what happened next was Batman Forever. It was loud, it was brash, the imperatives were commercial, and there were an awful lot of one-liners.
You called me here for this. The bat signal is not a beeper.
Well, I wish I could say that my interest in you was purely professional.
You trying to get under my cape, Doctor?
A girl can't live by psychoses alone.
It's the car, right? Chicks love the car.
By the time we got to Batman Forever, we were still willing to go to see a Batman film. And that's when the Batman films started to slide off the rails. Again, we had two villains. We had another actor in the Batsuit who we weren't unwilling to accept. Val Kilmer seemed to sleepwalk through the role, but he was upstaged by the villains. Tommy Lee Jones, very Joker-like turn as Two-Face.
Let's start this party with a bang!
Who is a character who's not like the Joker. And Jim Carrey being Jim Carrey.
I hope you made extra.
Who the hell are you?
Just a friend. But you can call me the Riddler.
It seems as if Schumacher then wanted to impose his own stylistic vision, which I think is very much influenced by the 1960s version. Again, we went back to the skewed camera angles. We got a neon approach rather than the day-glow colors of the Batman TV series. Bat nipples. Need I go further?
Although more suitable as family entertainment, with McDonald's firmly back on board for the merchandising tie-in, this was Batman back in the territory of camp parody, and comic fans and reviewers alike voiced their disappointment. When, in 1998, Schumacher returned with yet another Batman, George Clooney, for the follow-up, studio hopes were high for another smash hit. Yet this star-studded spectacle would become infamous, regularly voted as one of the worst films ever made.
I don't want to be mean, but I feel like Schumacher kind of single-handedly destroyed the Batman movie franchise. And in his defense, I don't feel like it was entirely his fault. I feel like Warner Brothers' kind of lack of understanding of the story and the characters is why he got away with that interpretation. But yeah, it's not good.
And expect people to keep coming every summer. I've heard Kevin Feige at Marvel refer to Batman Robin as the most important comic book movie ever made because it was so egregiously bad that it signaled that anything was better than this. So someone came up with the desperate idea of actually paying attention to the source material, because now there's nothing else to be tried anyway, so we might as well try to do it the way they did it.
It would be years before this new approach came to fruition.